Okay, we are going to work the Pixie Stitch cluster stitch into each gap that's between these other clusters here. And a Pixie Stitch is really just 2 half double crochets, but done in a really particular way. So half double crochet means we're going to yarn over, then we're going to reach in here, pick up a loop from the other side, and then pull through all 3 loops. Now I'm going to undo that because I want to show you that a little slower. I'm going to work into this gap, but also under this piece of yarn that was left over from carrying the previous row. So right now I'm working with the dark yarn, and this light yarn I'm just going to hold across and hold it right on top of the work, yarn over, go in under that stitch. I usually turn it over to make sure I really am in the right place and not splitting yarn, and then pull up a loop. Now I like to make that nice and like, don't have it tight like this, have it sort of like this, and then pull through all 3 loops. That's 1 half double crochet. Now we need to do the other half double crochet into the same hole, and then we just keep this yarn managed here that's there. Okay, let's try that again. Yarn over, go into the stitch, into the gap, sorry, under the carried yarn, pull up a loop, pull through all 3 loops. And then make sure that your carried yarn is doing a good job. And oh, I see I did something bad. Let's just do it again. When you're doing this, you often will just have to do it again. So that is what just happened to us. Okay, there we go. Now, something is about to happen, which is that in our next gap, we're going to want to change colors. So I have to finish this cluster. I go in, pull up a loop, but I don't want to pull through with this color because I can see that in this gap, I'm going to want to have the other color. So the way you switch is you pull the old color to the front, pick up the new color, and pull that through all 3 loops. And now we've swapped places where this light blue is on top and this dark teal is the carry. So that now I'm ready to go into this hole right here because I'm doing rule 90. So if these 2 stitches are different, I'm going to use the contrast color, which here is the light blue. So I yarn over, go under that carried yarn, pull up a loop, pull through all 3 loops, do it again. But wait, before I pull through, I check. Yep, these 2 are different colors. I'm using rule 90, so I want to stay with the contrast color. But wait, let me check again. Oh, now they're the same. So I have to do 2 though. So there's my 1 half double crochet, there's my 2nd half double crochet, and then I'm going to switch. So I brought the old yarn in front, holding it down, pick up the other yarn, pull it through. Now, and notice I gave that a little tug to make this last leg snug here. And now we've switched places and we're ready to stitch into this hole. Now, some of you, if you are really new to half double crochet, are already like, what the heck are you doing? So let me go a little slower just on this next stitch, just to make sure everybody's with me. So I'm gonna do a half double crochet, really slow, working over this yarn into this gap, and I'm gonna catch this yarn right there. You can see this one that's across on the top. I'm gonna go right under that light blue yarn. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. So I'm all ready, yarn over. Okay, so now I have an extra, you know, I'm moving, I guess this is, I can never tell what's counterclockwise and what's clockwise, but do it like this. You have a yarn, you go in front of it and over it, and then you do that, and now you have a 2nd loop here, okay? That's called yarn over. Then I actually usually put my finger on it to control it. I don't know if I was doing that a minute ago, but I probably was. Hold those down, put your hook where you want it to be, check in the back that you went in the right place. Notice I'm catching that 1 piece of light blue yarn there that was carried. Pull up a loop. Now I have 3 loops on my hook. Make it nice and straight, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. That was the first half double crochet. Now I do the 2nd one. Oh wait, I promised I would do it slowly. Let's do it again. Yarn over, go into the same gap, pull up a loop. So I pulled through a loop. Now I have 3 loops on my hook, and I'm going to go through, and I can see I want to stick with this dark teal color, so I'm just going to pull through that. And now I do it again. Yarn over, go through, pull up a loop, pull through all 3 loops, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now here we have a bit of a problem because I'm at the end of the row and there's only 1 stitch here. Like my other stitch here, I don't have 2 stitches to look in the gap. We're going to use the stitch on the other side as the other stitch. So I'm just going to show you. This is the stitch at the end of the row. That's the stitch at the beginning of that same row. Not looking at that stitch. I'm looking down here 1 row below at these 2 stitches, and the 2 stitches I'm pointing at are different colors, which means that I need to have the contrast color. So again, to change colors, you pull the old yarn in front. You make sure that this has a good tension in the back there, not too tight, not all loosey. And then you pull that up, so we switch places. Now we have the contrast color. Between, quote unquote, the next 2 stitches is right here. You just got to get after this last stitch, okay? So yarn over, go into that place. There's nothing to grab. Pull up a loop. Now, at the end, we're going to do this a little bit differently. That's going to give us nice edges. This carried yarn, once we pull up that first loop, I'm going to hold it to the back and going the other way. I'm just going to hold it out of the way before I finish this stitch. And then I finish this stitch, and then I have to do 1 more. That's my second one. And the reason we moved this other yarn back is that now it's like out of the way. It's not tied up here on the end with other stuff. Anyway, now we have to turn the work. Always turn it this way, and so that it's the simplest to get the 2 yarns on the front. And now we're at the end of this row. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through starting the row and getting maybe to about here, and then I'm going to stop talking and just work, and you can work while I'm working. So here I do want to have the contrast color because these 2 here are different. So when you're keeping with the same color you ended with, you just do 1 chain stitch. Chain stitch is just yarn over, pull through, okay? 1 chain stitch, and then you're going to go along as usual. If I was changing colors, I would do something slightly different, and you'll see me do that, I don't know, maybe at the end of the beginning of the next row. Okay, so yarn over, the gap is right here. There's still a carried yarn to catch there. Pull up a loop, pull through all 3 loops, and then this yarn, just keep that tight, okay? We're trying to hide it, so we're hiding it. And then yarn over, pull up a loop. I would like to pull through all 3 loops, but I can see I need to switch to the base color yarn, the main color. So here I did that, and now I've switched places. Okay, that's that edge, and now we just keep going. So in here and twice, and then you say, uh-oh, I need to switch colors. So you bring the old color in front, take the new color, pull through. Now we've swapped who's carried and who is the color we're working with. I'm going to do half double crochet really slow, just 1 more time, okay? So yarn over, go into the gap, make sure you're under that carried yarn, okay? Pull up a loop. I'm grabbing it with my hook here like this, pulling it up. Now I have 3 loops on the hook. Pull yarn over again, like grab that little bit, pull through all 3 loops. And then you do it again, and you look here, we have to switch color because those are the same color. If it's the same color, we're using the teal. Okay, and so we do that. You do it another time, and then you evaluate. Uh-oh, I have to switch colors again. Sometimes you're on a row that has to switch colors a lot, and sometimes you're lucky and that's not happening to you. And we'll just keep going. Oops. Okay. Oh, I need to get this back, but then I think I'll be okay for a minute. Okay, and then if you want, you can compare to your pattern. Like if you just want to make sure you didn't mess anything up, I have this pattern here, and you can compare and look that things are going okay. you can see that we just did this. If the main color tail is on this side, that's actually, that means you have this turned over the right way. So I can see I did light, dark, light, dark, light. And oh my goodness, I hope that's actually here. It is, it's right here, light, dark, light, dark, light. I'm in this row right here. Okay, whenever you start, it's like inside that row, like that. So light, dark, light, dark, light. So I can expect to see dark, dark, light, dark to finish the row. You don't have to look at the paper. If you mess it up, it's probably still gonna look good. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now because everybody's gonna be working and talking, and real life Laura will probably walk around and help everybody. So I will be quiet now, but I will be crocheting with you, and you can look up here at the board if you want to see anything that I'm doing. Okay, good luck everyone.